Let's get some other news today. And in early 2019, the Argentinian footballer Emiliano Sala was looking forward to life as a Premier League footballer with Cardiff City before he was unexpectedly and tragically killed in a plane crash as he was travelling by plane from Nantes to the Welsh capital. The pilot, David Ibbotson, also died when the aircraft plunged into the channel. In new audio given to the BBC, the concerns that the footballer had before boarding can be heard firsthand. Kaylee Thomas has this.
Football is called the beautiful game, but behind the cheers and the glory lie stories that are anything but beautiful. Over the years, several footballers have lost their lives in ways that remain shrouded in mystery. Sudden deaths, strange accidents, unexplained collapses, and unanswered questions. These are tragedies that shocked families, teammates, and fans, yet were often forgotten or brushed aside. Today we look at the mysterious deaths of footballers nobody talks about. In June 2003, during a Confederations Cup semi-final between Cameroon and Colombia, midfielder Marc-Vivien Foé suddenly collapsed in the center circle. Just 28 years old, Foé was a Premier League star with Manchester City and a powerhouse for Cameroon. Despite frantic medical efforts, he never regained consciousness. The official cause was later ruled as hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a heart condition. But many have questioned how a professional athlete passed medicals without the problem being detected. Foé's death raised alarms about cardiac testing in football, but for many, the sense of shock has never fully been explained away.
Marc-Vivien Foé was driving Cameroon's midfield, but just after half-time, he collapsed in the middle of the pitch.
When he fell over in the center circle, we didn't realize that it was something that important. We carried on playing. We thought it was some sort of fatigue that caused his collapse, that he would come back later and be okay.
He was a friend to everyone because he played in France and in England, and he was just a fantastic guy. So it hurt us all.
Honestly, it was very painful and difficult, especially for Gregory Coupé, because he knew Marc-Vivien so well from playing together at Lyon.
The French team were clearly struggling with their emotions.
In August 2007, Sevilla's Antonio Puerta collapsed during a La Liga match against Getafe. He managed to walk off the pitch but suffered multiple cardiac arrests in the dressing room. 3 days later, he was gone at just 22 years old. Again, the cause was listed as arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia, a rare heart condition, but fans questioned whether heat, exhaustion, or missed warning signs played a role. Puerta's death was deeply felt, but the lack of answers left many wondering how such tragedies can happen to young, seemingly healthy athletes. In January 2004, Hungarian striker Miklos Feher came on as a substitute for Benfica against Vitória de Guimarães. Late in the game, after receiving a yellow card, he smiled just moments before collapsing on the pitch. The image of his teammates crying and the referee calling for help remains haunting. Feher was just 24. The cause? Cardiac arrhythmia. Like Foé and Puerta, it was chalked up to a hidden condition. But many in Hungary and Portugal questioned whether recovery drugs or exhaustion played a role. His death remains one of football's most shocking, yet strangely under-discussed tragedies. In 2017, former Newcastle midfielder Cheick Tiote collapsed during training with his club in China. He was 30, still fit and active. Teammates described the collapse as sudden, with no warning signs. His death was attributed to a heart attack, but speculation spread quickly. Was it overtraining, an undetected condition, or something else? The silence around Tiote's passing has only fueled mystery, with fans feeling they never got the full story. Beyond on-pitch tragedies, some footballers' deaths have raised suspicions for very different reasons. In 2002, Cameroon striker Albert Ebose Bojongo died after allegedly being hit by a projectile thrown by fans in Algeria. But later reports suggested his injuries were inconsistent with that story. In other cases, players like Emiliano Sala in 2019 died in tragic plane crashes that raised questions about football's dark connections with agents, money, and unsafe travel arrangements. Were these accidents purely tragic coincidences, or were they linked to the murky business side of the sport? What connects many of these deaths isn't just the tragedy, it's the lack of clarity. Families and fans are often left with more questions than answers. Clubs move on, federations issue statements, and the football world quickly shifts back to goals and trophies. Yet beneath the surface, suspicion lingers. Were these deaths preventable? Were conditions ignored? Was there pressure to keep players on the pitch despite warning signs? Some believe there's more to the story. Football's obsession with success, the use of painkillers, extreme fitness demands, and even performance-enhancing practices raise questions. Could substances designed to keep players on the pitch have contributed to long-term health risks? Could clubs or federations be hiding uncomfortable truths to protect their image? While conspiracy theories must be handled carefully, the secrecy around these deaths has only fueled speculation. In recent years, football has taken more precautions. Defibrillators are now mandatory at stadiums. Players like Christian Eriksen, who collapsed at Euro 2020 but survived thanks to quick intervention, show that progress has been made. Yet for every Eriksen who lives, there are Foes, Fejers, and Puertas whose stories still leave gaps in our understanding. So, what do you think? Let us know in the comments, and I will catch you on the next one.
He was 28 years old. Jota has been playing in England since 2017 when he joined Wolves from Atletico Madrid, and he joined Liverpool in 2020, becoming a key player for the side, winning the FA Cup, League Cup, and of course the Premier League last season.
Yeah, he had 49 caps for Portugal. He was part of that squad that won the Nations League this summer, just not very long ago at all. And even more, making this even more tragic, he was only married last month to the mother of his 3 children. So he leaves behind a newlywed wife and 3 children as well. In terms of his Premier League record, 190 league appearances. That's for Liverpool and for Wolves, 63 goals. And famously, he scored 8 minutes into his Liverpool debut back in 2020.
Yeah, Jota was born in Porto in December of 1996 and started his career at his local club, Pacos de Ferreira, before he moved to Atletico. A loan move to Porto came before he made a name for himself at Wolves, initially on a loan before making the signing permanent. And he was a major reason that they were promoted and continued to excel in the Premier League before Liverpool signed him, where he established himself as a vital member of that incredibly successful team.
Yeah, and in terms of his honours as a player, which is